What's up everyone, Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome back to the channel, and we're back with the second episode of Avatar The Last Airbender, Warriors.
Ooh.
Loved the first episode.
It was really good.
The look, the feel of it, seeing things that we hadn't seen in the animation before, like the Fire Nation invading the air nomads and that big fight scene to start, and I'm loving the dynamic between T and Avatar so far.
Yeah, I love Aang. He's so adorable.
They're so good. Can't wait. Let's check it out.
Let's go. Straight in.
Yep. Zuko's music.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
Yep.
Probably just misplaced.
Can't find the notebook.
The notebook didn't find the Avatar. You did. Your unceasing effort is what led you to the Avatar.
He ran!
Nice.
The ultimate warrior! He's a coward!
I don't know about that, but it's clear that this Avatar is not what you nor anyone else would have expected.
Expected, yeah. I love that he's trying to ground him.
Yeah.
We won't know until we find him. And I will find him. I'm still the heir to the throne. That's gotta mean something. Even in this dustbin corner of the world.
It does. It is precisely because we are in a more quiet part of the world that we have an advantage.
Yeah.
How many places can there be for an Avatar to hide?
Not many.
Kyoshi Island is only a few
Love
hours
that map.
from here. According to this, Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what they call the Avatar state. Maybe something in her shrine will help me control my power
Epic
before...
badass.
You kill someone?
Before it happens again.
Oh. Your words are like knives, Sokka.
My duty, our duty, is to protect the village like Dad told us to.
They can protect themselves. What good is saving Wolf Cove if we don't save the world?
Katara, do you hear what you're saying?
Yep.
Save the world. Us.
If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need Aang. And you're right. We do have a duty, and it's to protect the Avatar. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day.
Very quickly, too.
Look around. Look where we are now. I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
And that'll happen to Wolf Cove. Exactly what's happened here will happen to Wolf Cove.
Yeah.
The Fire Nation won't stop. Ozai won't stop. Oh. My mate.
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
No, there's nothing wrong with the bag. Momo!
Oh,
What is that?
look at him.
The sky used to be filled with them.
Oh. Yeah.
What's this?
Waterbending scroll.
Oh, waterbending scroll.
My dear Katara, this scroll has been passed down among the waterbenders of our tribe for generations. It contains everything you need to know to begin your bending education. You have no
So
idea
Gran knew.
how hard it's been to keep this from you. But with the Fire Nation hunting for benders, it was just too dangerous for you to have. You should take what belongs to you. You are a waterbender. That is who you have always been.
Love the
And
detail.
always will be.
See? This never would have happened if we hadn't left home.
Fine, we'll go to Kyoshi Island and see how it goes.
Also, Gran knowing what Katara's personality is like to help.
You ready to leave?
Oh.
There's something I have to do first.
I was going to say,
My whole life, you were there for me. And I wasn't there for you. Goodbye, Gyatso.
it's not your fault,
I'm
eh?
sorry.
It's a nice sense. It's a nice sense of closure, though.
Yeah. I love
Looks
the
beautiful.
sound of Appa.
Yeah. Whoa. I want to come.
Want to join us, Momo?
Momo?
Yeah. He looks like a Momo, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just like how you look like a
Oh.
Sokka.
Can't argue with that.
What's that mean?
Bet you taste like chicken.
Good transition. But what a shot! Just Team Avatar on the on Appa.
What's it called? Quail pole egg. Quail pole egg. Very good for
Vitality?
vitality.
What are we doing here, Uncle?
I need to find my...
This port houses the headquarters of the
My White
Regional
Lotus
Fire
tie.
Nation Commander. If anything unusual were to happen in the vicinity, it will be reported here.
Have you lost your mind? You want to ask a Fire Nation commander if they've seen the Avatar? If word gets out, everyone in the world will be looking for him.
Calm yourself, Prince Zuko. One thing you must learn is how to get what you want
very
without
desperate.
divulging your true intentions. You must use your tact, your empathy. But most importantly, you need to have sticky rice.
I love how Iroh turns everything into a lesson that ultimately benefits Zuko.
I also love that he's just every grandparent.
Yes. Ooh, something shiny, something tasty. Ooh.
Giant scary lady.
Epic statue. Yeah, Kyoshi.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sokka, should you just go in there?
No, but
Oh, the Kyoshi Warriors designs are so good.
You are
Nice.
trespassing on sacred ground. He's the Avatar. Ridiculous. There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
I was going to say, statue's going to glow. Kyoshi delivering a message.
I think that might be a sign.
Very, very literal sign.
oh, they look so good.
Yeah.
Kyoshi Island has remained safe from the ravages of war by keeping to ourselves. We expect the outside world to do the same.
All I want is to learn more about Avatar Kyoshi. Isn't that what this place is about?
We're not a threat.
Maybe not, but the next visitors might be. We can't start making exceptions.
We're not just
Pretty
any
hard
visitors.
line.
He's the Avatar.
According to you, and a few reflections off a statue.
I know you're scared. I don't know what life has been like here. I don't know what life has been like anywhere.
Oh.
I've been away. But where I'm from, people help each other. I know I don't belong here. That's something I've been feeling a lot lately. But if you can help me, if I can learn to be the Avatar,
He has a way of chipping through those.
Yeah.
I could bring a place I knew, a world where people were happier back.
But his ownership of something that is completely out
Out of his control. Yeah. His hopeless optimism is great.
I can look through some books.
It's not about them.
It's about who else may come, I know. But if he is the Avatar, how can we turn our back on him?
Such a fierce warrior, and yet such a kind heart.
Mother.
Suki, you're too young to know that there are many in this world who would take advantage of that kind heart.
I'm not too young. I just haven't seen the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to experience the world when isolated and
Kyoshi
confined to the one
herself
place.
often benefited from the kindness of strangers. She believed in helping those who could not help themselves. So we will open our village to our guests for 48 hours. I trust that you will respect the limits of our generosity.
A little bit of give it, a little bit of
Yeah.
take.
I'm the guardian of my village too. So.
You.
Yep.
A guardian. So how are you protecting your people if you're here?
What? I'm not. I mean, I am. I may not physically be there.
Stumbling over your words there, Sokka.
That is, I have to save the world first. Sorry, how does it go again? I'm protecting things. I'm protecting...
I'm brain farting.
She's pretty.
We have a lot in common. We're both warriors, right?
It's interesting without his sexism.
She trained an elite force in her image. One ready to protect not only our homes, but our way of life. That tradition has been passed down through the generations, and it is now my honor to protect this community and to uphold the values of the Avatar. I'm not just a warrior. I'm a
Kyoshi warrior. Humbled in a different way.
And maps. Nautical maps. The more detailed, the better.
Oh, hello, Zhao.
And you are?
That was
Prince
mutton chops
Zuko.
anyway.
What an honor to welcome actual royalty to our humble base. What can I do for the crown prince?
As I was saying,
Please, excuse my nephew. We've been at sea a long time, and our manners have grown as rusty as our anchors.
General Iroh, no need to apologize. We don't get many VIP visitors around here, much less the famed Dragon of the West.
We are in search of maps and surveillance.
Don't react to the little
We're hoping
pokes
to
and
track
prods.
schools of jumping shark squids. They're migrating this time of year. Oh, they're delicious, grilled with a touch of lemon.
Anything I can do to help. If you wouldn't mind giving me until the morning, I'm sure we can track down what you need.
Very kind. Commander
Zhao. Commander Zhao. At your service.
Zuko's instant dismissal. You gotta play the game,
Play
Zuko.
the game.
He knows that they're withholding something, and
Yeah.
Iroh knows what he's like.
Yeah.
Someone needs to put a bell on you.
Oh, I hope we get to see him in the Kyoshi Warrior getup and the makeup. I really hope.
Oh, her costume.
Yeah, I'm loving the little details that you notice. So I got the waterbending scroll without meeting the pirates and
Without
stealing
meeting
from
the
the pirates.
pirates,
Yeah. Nice.
You're a natural.
Well, these are just the easy forms.
Well, it's more than you could do before, right? You're a real waterbender, Katara.
You know, you should be practicing.
Yes,
too.
Aang.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
I can't imagine what it's like, knowing you'll have to save the world.
There's a lot of pressure.
But avoiding practice doesn't mean you'll avoid the responsibility.
I know. It's just, Gyatso used to be the one who trained me. Never really trained with anyone else.
I was wondering why he hadn't started doing the waterbending moves.
It's okay. We'll do this together. We're not going anywhere. Or you could just let me use you for target practice.
Ooh, look at that food.
Yeah, looks good. Go, Momo!
Go, Momo. Find your target.
Just try that gun drumstick.
You said I taste like chicken. I'm going to target you every time now.
Are you really an airbender?
Gotta admit, he has a way with people.
Yep.
He knows how to connect. To get through to people like he did last night. That's his real
Scooter!
connection. Building bridges. That's how he's gonna be the Avatar.
Yep. Poof.
There goes the savior of the world.
We lived in constant fear of the Fire Nation. There's a reason we've avoided that all these years.
We've avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
Be that as it may, we've stayed safe.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If not happy.
I like that. Safe
This
but not
boy.
happy.
Yeah.
He may be entertaining, but that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. He's a threat, and the sooner he and his friends are off our island, the better.
Yeah. She's not talking about him per se, but the threat he
The
brings.
threat he brings, yeah.
The Avatar. Yes, sir. He thinks he's found the Avatar, according to his crew. Prince Zuko captured him, but then lost him. If Zuko's looking to us for information, it means he thinks he's still in the area. Gather any reports of unusual sightings in the last few days, no matter how small, and do it fast. Sir.
Zhao. Nice.
Seriously? Belle, think about it.
She's Batmaning on him.
Made it myself. It's great in combat and hunting and...
Hunting.
Yeah, hunting. For tiger whales. Yeah, that's it. Dangerous. Tiger whales. Ferociously deadly tiger whales. The basics, if you want.
He's gonna miss.
Missed.
No,
No, he hit.
Well done.
Wow.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting and... Oh, right now?
Right now? Right now? Little smoke.
Alright.
It's me flirting. Hi!
Can attest. Yeah, it is very different without his sexism to kind of build up that humility and respect that he gets with Suki.
Did you know she was an orphan? Lived on the streets until she was hired as a house girl for the richest family on the island. She was quiet and kind. No one had a clue she'd become the Avatar.
Yeah. How'd she go from this to that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Love that as a print.
Only justice will bring peace.
I never wanted to fight, and I'm afraid of hurting someone.
Kyoshi definitely was not.
The other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control.
Control.
I'm sorry! No one said anything, but I could tell. They were scared of me. Just like how you and Sokka were when I went into the Avatar state.
It brings different levels to his sense of isolation.
If I never learn how to control my power, how many people will I hurt?
But imagine what'll happen if you don't even try.
Yep.
All the previous avatars are incarnations of your past lives. You are literally not alone. The other avatars are inside you.
They're all
They're
inside
not
you.
gonna teach you, you just need to figure out how to connect to them.
Yeah.
The answers aren't inside here.
They're inside you, eh? Inside you.
Yeah.
What is it?
Zhao's boat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's
gone.
He heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
The flying cow? He knows. About the Avatar. Somehow he found out.
They're so cool.
So cool.
He's got Sokka's perplexed look.
Yeah.
Down lower.
Aww.
Correct his form. This is not a fight stop. That threw her off her little.
Yeah.
I love the detail in the markings.
I don't want power.
Why you will make a great Avatar.
Avatar Kyoshi, help me.
Hey. It's about time.
I'm sorry.
Hello, tall lady.
I didn't know how to reach you.
It's a lot you don't know.
Loving the effect in this realm. Interesting that Kyoshi's the first Avatar
first
he's talking to,
Avatar,
and not
yeah.
Roku.
You've waited 3 years. You can wait a little longer.
You can wait a bit longer. He's doing such a good job of showing Zuko's impatience and just wanting everything.
3 years. There were times I thought I'd never find the Avatar. But it's almost worse now that I know he's close. Because now the chance to go home is real.
It's a vulnerability we don't really see early on with Zuko.
Can be a cruel thing.
How can anyone dislike Iroh? He's just so nice.
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You need to turn your opponent's power against them. You are an excellent student. Though I'm sure you were helped by your previous training. You know, as your village's protector.
Right, protector. To be honest, where I'm from, there's not much call for a real warrior.
I think you're a real warrior.
Not like you. You're not even a bender, and you're the fiercest fighter I've ever met.
Not being a bender means we have to be even better than benders. So we have to fight with what we have.
Have to
What
harden our
matters
resolve.
is not the power inside. It's the will and desire. The heart.
Also, does she just like go and take the whole
Yeah,
paint
she
off?
Milan'd it.
I've always wondered what the world outside was like. But I never had the courage to leave. I've always wondered what I'd find. Now I know.
Uh-oh.
Go.
You're here too.
We have to go. It's the town alarm. Someone's coming.
Oh. Oh!
You need to be a guardian, a general, a mediator. You must fill several roles, and many of them require unparalleled strength.
That's why I need to master all the bending disciplines? To become strong?
Strong.
Yes. And to help you gain control over the ultimate power, the Avatar state, is a combination of all your past lives focusing their energy through you. The Avatar state gives you the strength of 1,000 benders.
It's dangerous.
If uncontrolled, yes. But it can also be the ultimate weapon. And it can save your life.
It is an interesting first Avatar to meet.
Yeah. Especially because she's so
brutal.
brutal.
Brutal and so headstrong.
Yeah.
In Pai Show, the first move is not always the best. Knowledge of your opponent, knowing where he might go, is more important than speed.
Yeah.
And so, where there is one Avatar, there may be another.
Yeah, you've actually got the leg up on Zhao because you know what you're looking for.
The set design is so
Such a
beautiful.
lovely island.
And we welcome you to it, Commander. Though we wish we'd had some advance notice, we are quite unprepared for guests.
Funny. That's not what I'd heard. I understand you had an unexpected visitor just the other day.
You must be mistaken. We like keeping to ourselves.
Yes, I've heard Kyoshi Island has had an admirable history of staying, shall we say, insignificant. Which is why there's been no need for the Fire Nation to get involved in your affairs. I'd hate to see all that change because of an outsider.
Commander.
He's shaking.
Yeah, the anger.
Trembling.
You won't mind if we take a look ourselves?
I expected as much.
Everything he says is condescending. Everyone is beneath him. Everyone's beneath the Fire Nation.
Oh!
Take them and find the Avatar!
Uh-oh.
Every Avatar is different. We are shaped by the different demands of our times.
Do I have to figure this out myself?
That is part of the journey.
But what if I hurt someone along the way?
And how many have already been hurt because you haven't been here? Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else, even your life.
This is why she's an interesting one. The hardline approach.
Yeah.
I was like you once, but then I saw what was at stake. And I will show you what will happen if you fail. Tragedy awaits the North, and unless you do something about it, another race of benders will be wiped out just as the nomads were. Ask me what it means to be the Avatar. It means being a warrior, a mighty, merciless warrior.
Yep.
Yeah. It's such an interesting avatar to use.
And giving him the vision of the North. Yeah. Go, Momo! Love the fans. Whew.
Nice.
Nice, Sokka.
Nice, Sokka.
What if I do what you say and it all just becomes worse?
It will. Your very presence in this world will make things worse. Both sides will fight harder because the Avatar has returned. Hope does not come without a cost.
You. I'm getting through one way or another. What happens to you is your choice.
I am curious to see their relationship.
Yes.
Avoid your duties any longer, and not only will you fail to save the world, you won't even be able to save this island.
But as she said, her entire perspective is the matter of her time. Her upbringing.
My friends.
Yeah, her upbringing made her resolve.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's explored in the
It's explored.
YA novel that they did as well.
Yeah. Aww.
I warned you. No one's going to stand in my way.
You wanted to know about the power of the Avatar. I will show you what that power can do.
What?
Oh.
Impossible.
What?
That's an interesting mix of episodes. Do you remember when the island divide and Koshi embodies him?
Yes.
Because he's wearing the I am Koshi.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so cool. Loving the subtle mix of wind with water there.
And add fire.
Yep.
Damn.
I love Kyoshi.
Pull back.
Yep.
Run.
Run away. Also, if that's not freaking inspirational to the Kyoshi Warriors, what is?
Also to make sure they never return because,
yes.
you know, Kyoshi's here.
Yeah.
I'm okay. This is all my fault. I brought this here.
Which is why you have to go.
We can't just leave you.
They want the Avatar, not us.
There's nothing here that we've lost that can't be replaced. And you've given us something far more valuable in return.
Hope.
A reason to believe again. In our village, in ourselves, and in the Avatar.
As Katara said, he has a way with people. He touches people differently everywhere he goes. Inspiring.
I wish we had more time.
I know. I do too. Thank you, Sokka,
For what?
for bringing the world to me.
Aww.
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 Give the badass fan.
And the armor.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
I'll let you guys have all the fun. Besides, someone's got to help the kid. I get a feeling this could get tough for him. Zuko clearly isn't going to give up, and he's dangerous. Nifty trick you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady. Does this mean we'll be seeing more of her?
Kyoshi said I can only call upon one of the past avatars when I'm in their shrines. We need to get to the Northern Water Tribe, because something terrible is
Gonna
going to
happen.
happen there.
All right, North it is then.
The waterbending masters, they are the best in the world. They could train you.
So don't worry, kid. You don't have to do this alone. You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
And me! Momo! You got me!
Really? Like I walked into that one?
Sorry, you're my best friend.
I was simply responding to reports of a disturbance on Kyoshi. I had no idea the Avatar would be there. If your Highness had been more forthcoming earlier, we might
you lying.
misunderstanding.
I hate him.
Put this behind us.
Of course, Commander. Don't tell anyone
Oh.
about the Avatar.
I fully understand the sensitive nature of this information. And if you'll permit me, working together, we'd be able to devote twice as many resources to the hunt. Obviously, with your Highness taking the lead in all matters.
An excellent suggestion, Commander. We would be honored to have your partnership and your loyalty.
Believe me, there's nothing more important than knowing where to place my loyalties.
I hate him so much. And the first thing he does.
Oh, hey!
Hey!
Avatar's here.
Of the world. I am but a humble servant in the southern seas.
Yep.
I have news for you of a critical nature.
Yep.
I have witnessed these events with my very eyes. That is why I can report an astounding development. One that could change the future of the Fire Nation.
Come on, show him.
The Avatar has returned.
Oh no! Ooh, Ozai! We got Ozai!
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. But also Zhao.
Zhao.
Zhao! What a freaking great, terrible character.
What a great portrayal of him and acting of him to have that unwavering anger
Yes.
To just be
shaking when he's speaking. The trembling, but just everything he says is through a forked tongue.
Yep.
Nothing. He lusts for power.
Yep.
That's what you
Power
get. You
and
go
control,
straight to the Fire Lord because you'll rise right up the ranks of the command.
Yep.
Oh, and yeah, just Zuko.
Zuko just playing into it.
Listen
as
to
well.
your uncle.
Yeah.
Dude. But Dallas Liu is doing great as Zuko. Really enjoying that. There's a vulnerability to him.
Yes. Well, I guess he's definitely playing that 16-year-old kid, which at 16 you think you know everything.
Yeah.
You think you know best as well, and you're not going to listen to your elders, and you're not going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But you have some of the most important lessons to learn through that, and his vulnerability in those moments of even showing such compassion to Katara again, to go, no, we have met. This is your choice here. I'm not going to just be the standard Fire Lord, Fire Bender, and just destroy you where you stand. I'm giving you a choice.
Yeah, you have the choice.
You chose to fight.
Yeah.
This is the reaction.
The consequences of your action. But he has that vulnerability, and he has an interesting optimism as well. That his mission, finding the Avatar, which was deemed impossible, which is why Ozai sent him out, basically. He has that optimism that this will get him back in his father's good graces, doing what no one else has been able to do for 100 years.
But also that fear.
Yes. It's such an interesting take on Zuko that we didn't really see in the animation in the first season, because it was always, we need to find the Avatar, we got to get him, and it was all, he's a bull at a gate, guns blazing. But those little conversations with Iroh and everything Iroh is doing being a lesson and teaching Zuko patience and humility, and that there's more to life than just assuming the throne and power. It's all very subtle, and it's going over Zuko's head. But it's done in such a way where it does kind of, those parts that aren't going over Zuko's head, they kind of do break through.
They do break through, and the bits that do go over his head make for a very slippery slope when you give your hand to a man who wants power.
But Iroh, again, realizing what Zuko's like, speaking for him. Zuko's about to open his mouth. No. We're looking for jumping squid.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they're delicious.
Delicious, yes.
Like, teaching him, sometimes you have to ask to get information that you need, but you don't give away your hand, and then showing. He's got such a good educational style, and Zuko's just so driven that it's just,
And then the nice little play of we won't tell them what we want, but due to the loyalty issues within their own ship, it's the information got out. How did the information get out? Look within. Don't punish because of that. You need to become one on your own ship to have a front.
Well, in the animation, they were interrogated and they gave it up. Zhao, being a manipulator, could have easily just done may not have even said, they may not have even known.
It was Cruz talking,
Yeah. They may not have even known that, we don't tell Zhao or anything like that, but he's interrogated someone and sent someone down to just have a casual chat of, what happened yesterday, or just, basic questioning.
Yeah.
I loved the Kyoshi warriors.
They were fantastic.
That was so good. Actually, not even Kyoshi warriors yet. Starting off at the Southern Air Temple, meeting Momo. Yeah. Looks so great in live action,
so
CGI, great CGI. The little... I just like that it's unspoken, but it's just a little playful banter and playfulness messing with soccer.
Yeah.
It's great. Just, you called me chicken, I'm gonna screw with you now.
I am your best friend and never gonna leave your side now.
But the closure for Aang in giving Gyatso a burial and leaving the Southern Air Temple, leaving the world behind that the last he saw, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And moving forward with his life, exploring throughout the entire episode the sense of loneliness.
Yes.
And it's a theme that's going not only through Aang, but going through other nations and other communities. Kyoshi, the Kyoshi Island.
Yeah.
They've isolated themselves and withdrawn themselves from the world because that's what's kept them safe.
Safe. Yeah.
And one of the themes I'm noticing is that you have the older people who have this has worked for us, this has kept us safe, and the younger people wanting to go out and explore and experience the world. Just because we're safe doesn't mean happiness.
It doesn't mean happiness, yeah.
Making the changes to try and bring happiness that they're not getting through the isolation and through the loneliness. And as the episode progressed, we saw Aang come to terms that he's not alone. Sokka, learning that he's not really a warrior. He says he's a warrior, but he's really not. He's literally just had this role thrust upon him with all the men leaving the Southern Water Tribe and going off to fight in the war. He had this thrown upon him. That's where he gets his bravado. That's where he gets his pride and his confidence.
And his arrogance as well.
Yes. Which I liked that Suki cut through. And it was done in a way without his sexism being there, which it's going to be such a weird statement to say. I would have liked his sexism to be there to grow as a character and also give Suki a deeper story in building up Sokka's humility and teaching him that, warriors aren't just men.
Yes.
And the role of... that's for the importance of the Kyoshi warriors.
I think with this one, with Sokka as well, as much as that story arc really didn't happen, it was still that connect... Because you still have that at the beginning of the episode, Sokka wants to go home. He doesn't want to be there. He's just following them going, fine, I've got to look after you.
Yes.
Instead of no, I want to look after you guys as your warrior, as your bodyguard, but also to experience the world like myself.
Yes.
So yes, he did bring the world to Kyoshi Island for them, but he also opened up his own as well, where it suddenly went, no, this is what I am, to this is what I can be.
Yes. But there was also, it was a lesson in a different way. It was a lesson in him learning that, I can be a warrior. I can be the fierce fighter that I portray myself to be if I build to it. And having that nice little moment when Suki's taken off the face paint and we're not benders. We aren't going to be as strong as them.
Yeah.
But our wills need to be.
And it's a really good...
And that's important.
And it's a really good lesson for Sokka at that point as well, because they are both finding their bending and connecting over bending, and he's left...
He's always the third wheel.
He's the third wheel. But it's always left going, well, then what am I? And it's that building of Sokka throughout the whole series as well, where it's you don't have to be a bender.
Yeah.
Look at what you can do without it.
Yeah.
And that's always a good little message to be reminded of as well.
They did that change well. I really think they did that change well. And speaking of change...
Yeah, big change.
Yeah. Interesting having Kyoshi being the first avatar that he connects with.
Very interesting.
And especially given her aggressiveness and hardline approach, and basically she's saying use the power and just be brutal with it.
Yeah.
Justice brings peace.
Yeah.
Her hardline approach is you basically just destroy anyone who's threatening the world. Embrace the power. Don't be scared of the power. Why do I... And Aang asking the right questions as to why do I have this power? I'm scared of using this power. And again, other avatars, Roku, will say, like, he'll say different things to what Kyoshi is saying. But you've got Kyoshi with her upbringing and the way she saw the world at that time and experienced the world, which is why she was that hardline approach. And it's a very interesting thing because it kind of brings into context within the last 2 episodes of Aang being so scared to use the power.
Yeah.
Her taking over his body and using all of the powers and showing just how powerful and destructive it can be when controlled.
Yeah.
It's bringing into perspective for Aang that here's what you can be if you learn to control it. Here's why you control it. Contrasted to what we saw where he's doing his training at the air temple, and it wasn't I was training because I'm so good. I was training to control.
To control, yeah. That scene definitely as a flashback was really good for that reminding of everyone thought I was so lucky, and I wasn't, because it's a different training, and that control, especially I think for bending, is learnt as you do it, because you start so small to then work up. To be so powerful straight away, it's harder to rein back in.
Yes.
So it's definitely that lesson for Aang in this of how to learn and control that bending.
Yeah.
And then the avatar state, because from lore, I think Kyoshi was one of the ones who used the avatar state the most.
Well, for the most destructive.
For the most destructive.
Justice.
Because there's a lot of there's the comic series that follows on after the
which we have, but I haven't read them.
They are really amazing. It really explores Zuko more. Zuko, yeah, and his mother. They're really freaking good. But there is a YA novel of Kyoshi.
I'm pretty sure there's a Kyoshi animated series coming out from the original creators next year, I think. I've heard rumblings of that. I know there's a new animated series focusing on the Next Earth Avatar, but I thought there was a Kyoshi standalone film or something coming. So that would be exciting to see.
That would be exciting to see, especially exploring the upbringing,
just her existing. Yeah, her life. Yeah. But yeah, a very interesting first Avatar to speak to, and I think Aang is going to speak to, is going to go with what she said, but still kind of dismiss it in that I don't want the power. I want to help people. I don't want to bring destruction to the world. And it creates sometimes a necessary action, but I think he's going to look to speak to other avatars to get that perspective, because he's a pacifist.
Yes.
The air nomads are generally pacifist in nature.
One of the best things that I read is that with Earth, you need to be on Earth. For fire, you need to create the spark. For water, you need to be surrounded by the sea. But for air, it is everywhere. So they are one of the most powerful benders, because they can take the air from your lungs.
Yes.
But they chose peace.
Yeah.
And nomad. And didn't want any violence. So to have an airbender in this time of war and hard violence does have that kind of flip of coin. Very interesting.
And Katara getting the waterbending scroll.
Yes.
With Gran having the nice foresight.
Look, that was interesting, because that pirate episode, especially with the idea, it is such a fun episode, but there is that, well, we stole from pirates, so it's okay. And Katara in those early episodes can be a little bit jarring.
Grating.
Just a little bit. She gets better when she accepts her jealousy towards Aang and his ability to just do things better, because he is the Avatar.
Yes.
But there is those developments where you're just like, okay, sweetie, we get it. You're jealous. Get over it.
Yeah.
He's the frickin' Avatar. Get over it.
But if I miss out on the bloody platypus bear laying an egg, if that doesn't happen in this series, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed. But yeah, we had some great moments with the Kyoshi warriors, their designs. The set of the Kyoshi village was excellent. I loved that Kyoshi took over Aang's body and came in and decimated Zhao's.
It just reminds me of one of those very later, I think it's season 3 episode.
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm not sure, but it's the trial of Kyoshi. And Avatar, Aang ends up wearing Kyoshi's garments on one of the islands. And it's like, I am Avatar Kyoshi. And then she does actually take him over to go, no, this is why, like, you think I did this to your leader, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
I separated the earth.
I separated the earth so I could keep my
fell.
people safe. And he fell
He fell
because he didn't land himself properly. He just went,
trial.
Woof.
Avatar Day.
Yeah.
It's where we...
Oh my God, Avatar Day, yes!
It's where we celebrate... hating the avatars, burning the effigies of Kyoshi.
Yeah, so that was interesting to bring that element into it. That can still be brought in back later on if they want to.
Well, before we recorded this, they've announced season 2 and 3.
Yes.
So book 2 and book 3 are going to be...
Book 2 and book 3 are coming.
Going to be going off.
It's also nice to know that they're not compacting all those into one season. So we are going to get a really nice exploration of the world and the characters, and hopefully some really, really good moments.
Yeah. But to finish off, we got Aang basically starting to find his place in what his role is, where he's gone... This is the first island he's gone to outside of the Southern Air Temple. And we get to see, Katara, everyone he touches, he has a way with people.
Yeah.
He breaks through the hard exterior. He broke through the Kyoshi's defense of we don't allow visitors. He's playing with the kids with the air scooter.
Yeah.
And then the ending of the leader of the island, the elder, saying, "You've brought us something that we haven't had in such a long time." Like
Hope.
basically saying hope.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a nice little message that in his loneliness, and obviously he's feeling very lonely because he's 112 years old and just woken up to find out all this pressure's been put on him and the Fire Nation's taken it over. That's a nice little way to give him a win. It's a build up for him of look at what we've done, look at what you've accomplished. You haven't, you're still not where you want to be in terms of having all the powers of the Avatar, but here's the good that you bring just through your existence.
Just through the existence, yeah.
It's a nice contrast to what we were told earlier of he's dangerous. And there is the reinforcement that everywhere you go, you need to leave. Everywhere you go, danger will follow.
Yeah.
And that puts more pressure. That's something that's even more pressure. But to bookend it with you've given us that belief again, a belief in something. That was a nice little finish. And yeah, there were some great shots in that. Of Team Avatar on Appa. Yeah. So good.
So good.
Loving it. Yeah, really liking it so far.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, but Ozai at the end.
Ozai.
Fire Daddy. Tell us your thoughts on episode 2 in the comments. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
As always, keep it nerdy.